All right, so Andrew writes in asking about deflation. He says, my question would be how to protect and invest in a deflationary environment. What do you think about that, Pablo? Come here. What would you do if the VTI and the stock market as a whole tanks like Japanese style? How would you position yourself if you had $1 million? All right. So if you so always remember that in deflation, the value of today's dollar is worth more tomorrow than today. All right. And inflation is the exact opposite. So if you think about it, if you have a fixed income, I'm getting $100 this year, $100 next year, $100 next year, $100 next year. Inflation says that $100 this year will only buy 95 next year. That $100 this year will only buy 95, $90 the following year. The $100, and you can see where that's going because the value of the dollar is declining each and every year. Deflation is the exact opposite. That $100 this year will buy 105 next year. Will buy 110 next year. 120 a couple years down the road. So deflation, what's fantastic in deflation is anything that has a fixed income. Anything. Bonds, whole life insurance, CDs, cash. Always remember that. If you think we're going to deflation, your fixed income is your friend. All right. Now, that does not mean stocks are bad. There's no correlation between a deflation and stocks going up or down. There isn't any. I wish I could say there were. There is a huge correlation that inflation hurts fixed income. That's not debatable. Now, does inflation hurt fixed income more than it hurts stocks? We only have really one example of that, which is in 1966 to 1982. We don't have that many other examples of inflation in American history to say what happened. We just have a small segment to look at that. However, during deflation, we know stocks may or may not go up or down. It went down in the 1930s. That's a fact. It went down in Japan. It went up in the 1870s, 1880s, 1890s. All right, so we don't know. There's no correlation there. It's not. So, but we do know that inflation hurts fixed income. Deflation helps fixed income. All right, let's go. What else we got? Dean writes in with a pretty typical question on Social Security. He will quit his job in October. He'll be 64 years old. He's going to have a pension and enough money in savings, taxable and IRA, so that I would not have to start Social Security when he retires. However, would I be better off taking Social Security and not touching my savings now, or taking Social Security at the full retirement age? My default is always to take it at the full retirement age. That's just, I mean, look, I don't know what his scenario is. I have no idea, but I don't. If you're Social Security is the best thing since sliced bread in terms of guaranteed rates of return. We know exactly what you're going to get. And as such, you know that for every year you withhold, you'll get a 7.5% and then an 8% rate of return increase, guaranteed. And then you factor in a cost of living, however small it might well be. We're looking at almost double digits then. So I would not touch Social Security until at least my full retirement age. And if he's married, I would wait most likely till 70 as well. Hope this helps. Tom writes in, I'm a 55-year-old single man, lady, single, wanting to retire early. I currently have 320 in my 401k, 155 in a separate IRA, 150 in a brokerage account, and around 25,000 in cash. So what's that? About 650 or so. I'm currently employed with no chance of layoff. I make about $90K a year. I have a mortgage for my house with 63 remaining, but it's valued at $300,000. I need a minimum of, he says, $3,700. We'll just round up and say $4,000 a month, and that would include Obamacare. Okay, is it possible for me to retire now? Well, we don't know what his Social Security will be, but if he makes $90,000 a year, we'll just say his Social Security is going to be $2,500 when he hangs up his boots at full retirement age. All right. So he's got what he needs. We need 50,000 a year. And he's got $650,000. So 50 a year divided by 650. That's a 7.7% distribution yield. He'll need that for 10 years until he's 55. Yeah, he'll need it for 12 years. So he'll need that for 12 years. 7.5% at 50,000 a year, which includes Obamacare. I don't know if I don't know. I mean, I'm rounding up. But and then he'll get Social Security at $2,500 a month. So That's gonna be tight, man. But I mean, what's to stop you from getting another part-time job for 20,000 a year or something like that? But anyway, let's just think about this. So, 12 years from now, all right, let's just say he has no growth in his portfolio at all. He's got no growth. So he's going to spend 50,000 a year times 12. He'll spend almost his whole portfolio. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. Because if he needs 50,000 a year, it's gonna be 12 years before he takes his full retirement age. Now he is single though, so a lot of times for single people, it'd be a little bit different because there is no survivor benefit to contend with. That's still gonna be tough, man. It's still gonna be tough. Now he can always, he's got all the equity. See, this is where the reverse mortgage comes in. He's got 300,000 equity in his home. He's single. I don't know if he has kids, but really, who cares? I'm just, use a reverse mortgage, take the equity out of your home, and live on that. That's still gonna be a challenge. No other way around that. I don't think. I don't know what his Social Security is. I just don't know what his life expectancy is. But that's a tough one, man. Anyway, that's tough. There's no right answer there for sure without actually diving crunching the numbers. But at least he knows it's expenses. All right, so Michael writes in, hey, Josh, if my wife retires at 62 and collects her Social Security, can she then apply for half of my benefit when I retire at full retirement age? Yes, she will, but it will be reduced because she took her own benefit earlier than her full retirement age. So just keep that in mind. She'll always qualify for spousal benefit. But if she takes her own benefit before her full retirement age, her spousal benefit will be reduced as well. So just keep that in mind. Now, is that a good thing to do? I just talked to a guy today. I called it a 6270 plan, which I will use with my better half, Charlotte. All right, so Charlotte stayed at home mostly, worked, kind of part-time as a bank teller. She's got a full-time gig now, but not making that much money, just for the health insurance. And as such, her Social Security will be minimal compared to mine because I'm the big earner here, this guy. And I'm 4 years older than her, and I'm certainly going to die well before she. So what I'm going to do is I say Charlotte takes that 62. When I'm 70, I take my full benefit, which will open up the window for her to increase potentially to her spousal benefit, but it will still be reduced because she took her own benefit earlier. Clear as mud, isn't it? Social Security, we love you. Don't ever stop being so confusing. All right, we'll see you. Wayne writes in, I'm 67 and still working. I'm not taking my Social Security. So there's a check in the right column for old Wayne here. Wife is 65 and she's been taking her Social Security since 62, kind of what we were just talking about. If I die without ever taking Social Security, will my wife still be able to get higher surviving spousal benefit? Okay, so a couple things. Surviving spousal benefit makes my head want to explode because there's two things going on there. So basically, remember, folks, with Social Security, there's three things. There's your retirement benefit that's based on your record. There's your spousal benefit. Charlotte will get half of my PIA, all right, half of my primary insurance amount. But if she takes her benefit before her full retirement age, her spousal benefit will still be reduced, if that makes sense. But we got retirement benefit, spousal benefit, survivor benefit. All right, so surviving spousal benefit, we would want to cross out the spousal part of that. Yes, so she will still be able to get her what's called survivor benefit, Wayne. And so what happens is when you're 67, let's say you die at 69, have yet to take Social Security, she will get the benefit at that point as if you started taking Social Security at 69. I hope that makes sense. They don't put it back to your full retirement age benefit because you didn't take it at your full retirement age. You took it with the delayed earnings credits. And as such, she will get a bigger benefit as a survivor benefit. Remember, Social Security is OASDI, Old Age Survivor Disability, that disability insurance. Oh boy, here comes both dogs. What's up, dogs? So keep that in mind. Yeah, so as long as you wait to take Social Security and you die before you take it, she will get that bigger benefit as a survivor benefit. Hope this makes sense. Thanks. All right, so Jim writes in, he's going to turn 60 this year. His wife does not work. They're wondering about how to set up 3 to 4 years of cash because everything's in their 401k. Would a stable value fund serve that purpose? Great West has a key guaranteed portfolio fund in a 401k. Yeah, absolutely. Stable value funds are great for the cash bucket for sure. He's got about 1.5 million in V total stock index and VITAX. I can't international. What is VITAX? Let's take a gander. VITAX. I don't know what that is. VITAX. That is the. Oh my goodness, he's got 70% of his portfolio in Vanguard information technology. Oof. Wow. Wow. You got no debt, house paid for. He needs about $7,000 a month. Yeah, so he's fine, man. All right, so good stuff. Yep. She will. Yeah, the key guaranteed stable value fund is absolutely the good place for the 3 to 4 years of cash. Absolutely. Hope this helps. Thanks. Sarah writes in, would love, to do a video comparing some conservative Vanguard funds for the conservative bucket I plan. I have 50,000 Wellington, but wonder how to flush out a good mix between VBIAX, VGSTX, and VWINX. So we know what VWINX is. That's the Wellesley fund. I do not know what VBIAX is. We just, let's see, VBIAX. Oops. Let's see, VBIAX. That's the Balanced Index Fund. Okay. VGSTX is a star fund, and then Wellesley. I don't understand. So if she has a Wellington, why is she trying to add to that? Like, I'm not sure what she's trying to do. So is she trying to move from Wellington into a mix between these funds? Just do Wellesley. Or is she just trying to have a fund to offset the Wellington? I'm not sure what she's trying to do. So I just do Wellesley. Why does no one but Bogle talk about VBIAX, the Balanced Index? I know it's his fund, but it lags behind those other mentioned. Why? I don't know. That has a lag behind for his story. I don't know. I don't know the first thing. And I bet it hasn't lagged that far. But, just go with what you feel comfortable with. Look, man, at the end of the day, they're all going to be rough around the same. Always remember that. The market is the market. You're going to get close to the market minus fees. Some might do a little bit better. Some might do a little bit worse. At the end of the day, it frankly doesn't matter. You want to make sure you're making some money when the market goes up, and you want to make sure you're not getting killed when the market goes down. That's really all that matters. Performance is relative. You have 50 basis points here. I get it. Over 50 years time, that's a big deal. When it comes to retirement, the problem is that's just not what we're trying to accomplish anymore. What we're trying to accomplish is make sure we don't get killed. That's the most important thing. All right, thanks. Dean writes in, how do you phase in the 2-bucket approach when you have equal parts IRAs and taxable accounts? In round numbers, assume $300,000 in each, and we'll need $25,000 to draw from each year in addition to Social Security. All right, so he's got 600,000 schmackes. Hi, and he's going to need 25 divided by 600. So he needs 25 divided by 600. Come here, buddy. He's going to need 4.16%. So if you put $100,000. I frankly think it should come from your IRA. So I put $100,000 in cash in a money market or in Ginnie Mae inside your IRA. And I would want your non-qualified stuff, your taxable stuff, to be as invested as aggressively as you feel comfortable with, for sure. So that's what I do. You say, okay, $100,000, that's 4 years of my cash needs in my IRA, and we'll just say money market or a stable value fund. I guess it's an IRA, so it won't be a stable value fund. A money market. Invest the rest for sure. Bonds would be the place to be there if you want to have a 3-bucket portfolio, stocks or a cash, bonds and stocks. I would just do Wellington, frankly, and then in your non-qualified account, that's where it'd be all stocks right there, VTI or something like that. So that's what I'd do, man. And I'd phase in ASAP. I wouldn't even wait, especially if he didn't say if he's retired, but I get it done. All right. Hope this helps. Thanks for your questions, guys. If you have questions, just let me know. Just put them in the email. Sometimes I'll email you back. Sometimes I just drop in my Q&A for future lists, and I'll do a video like this. What do you say, Pablo? Pablo, look. Hi, Pablo. Yeah. Oh, he's a good boy. So, look at this guy. Hello, Finnegan. All right, so we're getting taken over by the animals. This is the animal farm. All right, we'll see you guys.